So, hello, Lyndon. Good evening.
Good evening.
Good evening. How are you today?
I'm fine.
You're fine. Okay, well, that is good to know. So, anyway, what did you do yesterday?
I don't remember.
You don't remember? Again, that, well, it was just yesterday. But anyway, how about today? What did you do today? Do you remember?
What?
What did you do today? Do you remember?
I went to school.
Oh, you went to school. Okay, well, anyway, I guess you had a fun time at school. I hope so. Okay, let's talk about your lesson. Let me just open that for you. Okay, let's fix this. Oh my goodness. Okay, so last time, okay, so we talked about some pronunciation. Let me open this part. Okay, so we talked about, turn it down. Okay, so last time we talked about different sports people. Okay, and we talked about their when they what do you call this, when they retire, yeah, or they finish their job. So now we are going to continue talking about that. Okay, let's move on to the questions. Okay, questions here, letter D. Okay, so can you remember these words? If not, tell me. Okay, check it with the text. Let's check that later. And then tell me the stressed syllable. So, number one, it's depression. So, the stress is on pre. Depression. Okay, depression. Let me close this. Okay, so it's pre depression. So that's the stressed syllable. Now, how about number two? Can you try to read this first? Number two.
Glamorous.
Okay, glamorous.
Glamorous.
Oh, where's the stress? Glamorous.
Second.
Second, glamorous. Is it like that? Glamorous. Is it second? Are you sure?
Mm,
Glamorous or glamorous?
the first.
First, right? So it's gla, then morous. So that is the stress, gla. Next,
Loose.
lose. Of course, it's just one syllable. There's just
What?
lose. Okay. Of course, it's just one syllable, right?
Right.
Okay, so it's just one stress. So lose. It's the stress also. Okay. Number four, how do you read this? Number four.
Recognize.
Okay, that is actually recognize. Can you repeat
Rec-
that?
recognize.
Recognize. Okay.
Recognize.
Yes. So where is the stress for that word? Recognize.
What?
Where is the stress?
The stress. Recognize.
First, second, or third?
First.
First. Very good. Okay. Re and then cognize. So, correct. Number two, sorry, number four, five here, five. What is number five? How do you say that?
Fail.
Fail. So, of course, it's just one syllable again. So, you say the stress is also just on that syllable. Fail. Number six, how do you say it?
Retire.
Retire. Where is the
Re-
stress?
Second.
Very good. It's on the second. Retire. Okay. Retire. Okay. So there you go. Good job for that. Very good for stress and for the stressed syllable. Now, anyway, let's move on to letter E. Okay. Do you know anyone? Do you know a sports person from your country who has retired?
What?
Do you know any sports person in your country who has retired?
What is retired?
Okay, I think I've already said it. I don't remember if I did. Okay, well, retired is having or finishing the job. Retire is ending the job or stopping working or stop working. Okay, that's retire.
Okay.
This is the verb. But anyway, do you know any person who has a sports person in your country who has
I think
retired?
I don't know.
You don't know anyone. Okay,
Yes.
well, actually, there are a few people here in the picture. So the first is Muhammad Ali. Okay, this guy. So he is a retired boxer. So he plays boxing. You know boxing?
Maybe.
It's punching. Okay, so more on fighting. Okay. Next is Franz Beckenbauer. He is a former German footballer, of course. He plays football. Next is McEnroe. He is a tennis player before, but now he is now a famous commentator. Okay, next is Michael Jordan. Of course, he is famous for as a basketball player, and he is famous for his shoes. Okay, well, let's now go on to your next lesson. So today we are also going to talk about we are family. So in this topic, you're going to learn about future forms, going to present continuous, will or shall, vocabulary about family and personality. For pronunciation, we are going to study about prefixes and suffixes. So first, let's talk about vocabulary and speaking. Family. Look at the two pictures, Lyndon. Which one do you think shows the typical family of the future? Is it
So
this one
no,
or this one?
that the second.
The second one. Why do you think it's the family of the future?
Because there are many people.
Well, that's true. So you think that it's going to get there will be more people in the future? Is
Yes.
Oh, well, that's true. In my country, that is very true. So, let's read the first paragraph of the article and find out. Okay, so the title is Families Have a Great, Great Future. Let's read. 20. Please read. 20 years
20
ago.
years ago, the
Typical.
typical
Mm-hmm.
extended
Extended.
family was quite it usually considered up to or two generations with many children in each nuclear family. People had lots of aunts and uncles, but often didn't know their grandparents. However, according
Mm-hmm.
to a new study by the British Research Group Minter, the family exchanging says the family groups of the future could be long in teen history of for small generations.
Oh, you're correct. Okay, so there will be more. Okay. Family of the future will be long and thin, with three or small, four small generations. Oh, so they think it's picture one. They think. Okay, but for me also, and I guess for you, you also think it's going to be bigger, right?
Right.
Yeah. Oh, sorry. Okay, so the typical extended family was wide. Like there are lots of people, like many children, many uncles, aunts, um, and also the grandparents. But they said in the future there will be just three generations and just small family. Okay. Well, here are some of their predictions. Number one.
Most children will know their great-grandparents and even great-great-grandparents because people are living to longer.
Living longer. Number two.
Very few children will have brothers or sisters, and it will be common to be an only child. As a result, future generations will not have many cousins either. Many children will grow up isolated from other
Isolated.
isolated from other children and young adults. This will make them more selfish and introverted.
Okay.
More,
Number four.
more couples will divorce and remarry some more than once. They may have children with their new partners. So many children will have a stepmother or stepfather and have brothers or sisters.
True. Five.
There will be many boomerang children. There
Mm-hmm.
are children who leave home to get married but then divorce and return to live with their parents. There will be more single-parent families. Because houses are now so expensive, different generations may decide to live together, so parents, grandparents, and adult children may co-own their houses, and many couples will have to live with their in-laws.
Correct. Okay. So those are the different what they call predictions. So again, predictions are guess. Okay. Guesses about the future. Okay, so we don't know yet if it's true or not. Okay, or if it's going to happen or not. So we don't know it yet. Okay, well then let's move on. What is the next part? Okay, now I want you to tell me what are the meaning of the highlighted words in the with the definitions. Okay, match the highlighted words with the definitions. So here are the definitions. Number one. So your grandparents' parents. Your grandparents' parents.
Uh, What?
What is your grandparents' parents?
I don't know.
Is it great grandparents or great great grandparents?
Great great grandparents.
Hmm, good guess. Okay,
Mm.
so great. It says here. Okay, the grandparents of your parents. So that is great grandparents. Correct. Yeah, great grandparents. So great grandparents are your grandparents' parents. Okay, let me think of that. Grandparents, parents. I got suddenly okay, got suddenly confused. Grand parents parents. Oh, sorry. S apostrophe. Parents are what we call hmm great grandparents. Okay. Okay, so your grandparents' parents. Next, number two, a child who doesn't have any brothers or sisters. Doesn't
Uh,
have, okay, doesn't have.
mm, I think half brother.
Are you sure? Who doesn't
Uh,
have any
an
brothers or sister?
only child. An only
Very
child.
good. There you go. Good job, Lyndon. Okay, so it's an only child. Okay, so a child with no brother or sister. We call it an only child. Okay, next. Number three, families where the mother or father is bringing up the children on his or her own. Okay,
Uh,
let me type that. So families where the mother again or the father is bringing up their their children on their on his or her own. What is that? Do you have ideas?
mm, it's half half brother.
Uh, okay. Oh, well, that is actually single parent families. Okay? Why? Because as I've said, okay, here,
Cou-
e,
cousin.
families where the mother or father is taking care of his or her children on his own. So, for example, mother only or father only. Okay? Yeah,
Uh,
like me, my parents are separated, Lyndon.
uh,
So, I am living with my father. Okay? My mother is far away. Okay. So, they are called single parent families. So, they just have one parent only. Maybe father or mother only. Okay? Number four, your uncles or aunt's children. Your
I think cousin.
correct. Okay. So your uncle or aunt's children are what we call cousins. Okay? Next. Oh, by the way, let me put it here. Next is number five, the family of your husband or wife. So, for
Uh,
example, you have your husband. So, what is what do you call the family?
I think it's a couple.
Okay. Or maybe, okay. So we call it, well, you're not very familiar with it. It's okay because you're still not yet married. So I'll tell you, okay? So
Uh,
the family of a husband or wife is what we call in-laws. Like m- mother-in-law, father-in-law, brother-in-law, sister-in-law. Okay? So they're
oh,
not your real family, but your husband or wife's family. Okay?
oh,
Number 6. So all your relatives, including aunts, grandparents, etc. All.
hmm, I think it's a couple.
Okay. Is it extended family or great great grandparents?
Great great grandparents.
Okay. Almost got it right. It's extended family. Okay. Why? As I've said, all your relatives. Okay.
Okay.
So all your relatives, including your, let me put it there, all your relatives, including aunts and grandparents. So we call them, okay, we call them extended family. Number 7, your grandparents. That's the answer. What was that?
Uh, is great grandparents?
Great great grandparents. Yeah. Okay. Correct. So great great grandparents are your grandparents' grandparent
Hmm.
parents. So we call them great great grandparents. Well, there are these people. Next. Okay, number 8, boys who have, for example, the same father as you but different mother.
Uh,
Boys, okay?
half
Boys, oh,
brother.
half brothers. Very good. Okay, boys who have the same father as you but a different mother. We call them half brothers. Next, number 9, the new wife of your father.
Uh, is stepmother.
Stepmother, correct. Okay, good job. So, stepmother is the new wife. Okay, the new wife of your father. Sorry, father. Okay, stepmother or stepmother, one word. 10. People who are having a relationship.
Couple.
Couple, correct. Okay. So we call them again couple. People who are having a relationship. Couples. Okay? So do you have any questions about the words there?
No.
No? Well then let's continue. So I want you to read the seven predictions or just remember them, okay? So answer the questions for each prediction. Number one, is this already happening in your country? Like these seven things. Are they happening in your country? More single parent families? Houses are more expensive now?
Yeah.
Oh, so it's happening in your country, right?
Right.
Well, me too, in my country also. Do you think it will happen in the future?
Yes, I think.
Yeah, well, they are predictions that are really, really close to real. So, probably. Number three, do you think it will be a good thing or a bad thing?
I
These
think it's
predictions.
I think it's a bad thing
Why do you think so?
because it's, uh, because I think so.
Like, for example, do you think that um, what are the problems with families in Vietnam?
I think there are least family and something like that.
They live with their families. Am I right? Or least family. Is that right?
Yes.
Ah, least family. Well, that's true. Okay, because it says here most grandchildren. Okay, well they will be have smaller generations. Okay, well there will be more single parent families. True, in my country, more houses are expensive. They live together. True, many children will be boomerang children who leave to who leave home to get married but then will divorce and return to their parents. It's pretty bad, right? Okay,
Yeah.
anyway, so here are useful phrases when you are uh, answering about or you're answering or responding to predictions. So when you're responding to predictions, you could say I think so. Okay? Or I don't think so. Or maybe you could also say perhaps, it's just the same. Probably also. And you could say I'm sure it will. Okay? So these are really helpful phrases when you are talking about predictions. Okay, anyway, we don't have enough time. So, do you have any questions for today's topic?
No.
No. Well, then, that is all for today. Thank you so much, Lyndon. And don't forget what we have talked about predictions. Okay? So, we're going to continue talking about families next time. So, that is all for today. Thank you and have a good night. Goodbye, Lyndon.
Goodbye.